Naruto's ending sucked. Now let me start off by saying that Naruto will forever be my favorite anime and is one of my favorite IPs of all time. But that being said, that doesn't mean I'm privy to the fact that Naruto has some flaws sprinkled throughout. Now I would say most of the flaws wouldn't be enough for me to rank the show lower than I already do, but there are instances that happen near the end of the show where even to this day, they still strike a nerve within me. The first is the introduction of the reincarnation of Indra and Ashura. The idea of reincarnation itself in the show isn't the problem, but more so that it sort of cheapens the narrative that has been plagued throughout the show. It's essentially told that it's destined for the reincarnates of Indra and Ashura to clash with one another at some point, as the character values between them are passed down through each incarnate, which oppose each other's viewpoints in life, with one wanting to pursue love and happiness, while the other wants hate and destruction. Those traits in characters are perfectly fine, but because of it specifically being with the reincarnates of characters like Hashirama and Madara and Naruto and Sasuke, it cheapens the idea that the world in general has opposing views and that it would be just natural for characters like these to face off against each other. It's just being told in the story that it's only because of the reincarnation of Ashura and Indra. It cheapens the story a bit since it falls in line with the chosen one philosophy found in a lot of movies and TV shows, where you practically know what's going to happen before you get to the part of the story. I will say, had it been just this issue, I wouldn't be too upset with it being in the story. What does upset me more, regardless of how you spin it, is my viewpoint in relation to Kaguya and Black Zetsu. I'm talking about how near the end of the series, everything was flipped upside down when Madara was taken out by Black Zetsu. It turned out that everything that has happened in the Naruto universe was planned out from the start due to the influence of Zetsu throughout the show. With him manipulating the Uchiha stone tablets to starting multiple wars in the shinobi world, Black Zetsu was the main force that was pushing the narrative, and this is so that he can plan the revival of Kaguya. I used to despise Kaguya when she was initially introduced near the end of the story. Her inclusion felt forced and wasn't needed, as we already had a proper ending villain with Madara, but for what I can only assume for business reasons, Kaguya was shoehorned into the story so that the series can continue on with Boruto, which introduces characters related to her, and it doesn't help that she is basically just some sort of space ninja trying to take over the planet. A show known for its intricate and complex villains is now taking inspiration from Dragon Ball Z. The show lost its human element right when that was introduced, and it makes sense why people take issue with this. It's because the whole story around Naruto was centered around the relatability of it all, with wanting to strive to become the best and facing off against the challenges that come with it. Now I've come to terms with the idea of Kaguya in recent years, but I more so would have preferred if her character was mentioned way beforehand and that it was set up for her to be the final villain as opposed to Madara. I know Madara mentioned to Hashirama about Kaguya in their fight in the war, but it wasn't like Madara's plan the entire time was so that he can revive her. Not like I would want that, but it'd make a lot more sense than her being shoved down our throats like 10 episodes before the show's supposed to end. Now it's because of her inclusion that the Boruto story became a thing, and I know that the Boruto anime has been catching a lot of flack due to it majority being filler, but I can say as someone who started reading the manga not too long ago and is already about halfway through it, I can say that Kaguya being introduced can be seen as a net positive for the Naruto franchise, but I can totally see someone not wanting to continue on with the series as I was, mainly due to the anime, but you get where I'm coming from. So in the end, it's going to be up to preference if you find the ending of the original Naruto manga enjoyable, but you can't deny that it brought some value in the stock of it all, since Boruto lives on from it and that we can still get Naruto content partially due to it. So I asked, did you guys like the ending of Naruto, or did what I say only further justify your distaste for it? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm the Curly Haired Hokage, and I hope you all have a great and blessed day. Peace.